Kings have impressed me with how much they're able to do late game compared to previous iterations, I would say.
At least when they're allowed to hit one thing. If they're allowed to hit one tower, one Roshan, one hero, and your skeletons are all cooperating, it's great. But whenever you have to deal with a Broodmother and you have to deal with a lot of units, the equation gets a little bit more complicated.
So we're going to go aggro here to try and leave Tavo a safe lane positioning here, just because I think they feel like they can't beat an aggro tri-lane, and they want the Wraith King to have a better lane. Nice pickup from Z-Freak.
Yeah, and I also think that neither of the mid lanes really need that much help. Like, a Puck can handle the mid, especially a Puck as capable as Limp, should be able to handle it. So I think it's perfectly fine by Sirius to take this approach.
Yeah. So that means, I mean, Sirius at that point, they just, I think you just respond. Maybe the Lina sticks it out for a little bit and just tries to pressure Tavo, but eventually I think you just leave a 1v1 and you go tri-lane into the Wraith King with a Sven instead of a Sand King.
Yeah, I've been seeing so many different Sand King builds, and I know in the previous game with 33 he went for like a Yules. We oftentimes see like Vanguards, Pipes, and it's not that important to rush your way to a Blink. And so putting Injuly in a 1v1 situation versus Tavo, I would be fine with. It's just that given this Lina support, you'd think you'd want to take advantage of the stun synergy you have with the Sven and the Grimstark. You know, start out with the Stormhammer, let him rush in with the Inkswell, and then follow it up with an LSA.
I feel really strongly about that once Doom gets to level 3. If he gets the second level of Devour and he has that high regen rate, I'm just not convinced they're gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna do enough damage, right? But maybe they just like the experience aspect. Maybe they don't want to like split the experience 3 ways. They feel like Sylar is just kind of farming away right now. He is doing fine for himself.
And to an extent, it's keeping the Rubik busy also. Rubik's down in the bot lane as well, making sure that Lina can't just pull jungle camps or cut off the wave. So they're duking it out on their own right.
I just feel like both these 4 positions, well, I guess Firefly is more of 5, but both of these supports don't really have the clear haul. Z-Freak trying to take the regen rune after the hit, kind of fails, and picks it up right before he gets hit by the projectile. Regen's pretty much nothing.
I'm also curious what this Broodmother is going to build, because I have not seen too much 7.22C Broodmother. I think the Aghanim Scepter is strong. I just kind of don't know when to build it, much like Ember Spirit's Aghanim Scepter. They're kind of the same purpose, that you're very, very mobile around the map.
Tavo trying to dodge the LSA by going back into the team, but doesn't actually manage it, and it looks like he may not be able to get away. Firefly, ooh, okay, a little bit of awkward positioning. He definitely could have been in position for a second LSA, and maybe the kill. But Tavo will manage to get out, thanks in part to his 1-1-1 build, where he went for the Scorched Earth, and movement speed helping him to get out.
Yeah, both Lina and the Sand King kind of went for the tree juke approach as opposed to the easy, just walk your way back into the lane approach.
Yeah.
Sometimes you mind game yourself. That's like Leshrac Split Earths. Like, sometimes the most obvious ones are the ones that will work out in professional games, because you're like, surely he's gonna like stutter step a little bit back and then I'll catch him, and then you just whiff it.
You know, whenever you know that thing, it's just something about it where you lose the confidence. Whenever you see somebody recast something like LSA or Split Earth more than 2 times, you just know they're probably gonna miss. You know? they're getting flustered, you know? They're like, the fact that they have to recast it like 2 times, you know, they're just like, they're gone. Oh, managed to get a really good first strike, getting in front of Z-Freak here, but Z-Freak does not get hit by the follow-up stun from the Lina. And so far, this lane, we put a little pressure on Tavo, but, well, he is actually 8-0, so he's definitely behind in CS compared to the 14-8 of the Sand King right now. In fact, Sirius as a whole is doing very well for themselves in the, Complexity's doing very well for themselves. Top of the board at 38-7 for the Puck and 22-2 for the Wraith King.
Yeah, this Broodmother's not doing nearly as well as I was expecting, as Injuly gets
first strike through. They turn on a Z-Freak instead. Now Injuly is probably going to die here. They want the kill first on Z-Freak, but Z-Freak is the one to claim the first blood. Tavo's going to take a lot of damage on his way out, but Tavo actually turned around and hit the Infernal Blade. The creep's kind of blocking him a little bit. Firefly had another LSA, could have gone for a blind, but decides against it.
Hit level 3 for the Dragon Slave as well, but he's playing it safe. Dude, maybe he is scared. Maybe he's feeling it.
Maybe. Or maybe, I'll give you another idea. Okay. Maybe he was actually okay with just leaving Tavo low, because he knew he didn't to have any regen, right?
Okay.
Z-Freak brings a healing salve, that'll help. Top lane, we do have Inkswell on to 343. He will be able to get out of range of that big stun, and Lim's going to be able to come rescue the day. Dion Ming is going to die. It looks like Sylar will get back to the tower safely, but Complexity securing those bounty runes while they're trying to do the same at bottom lane, but Z-Freak will die for it, it looks like, as he's hit by the Caustic Finale and the Dragon Slave runs him over.
This laning sub, this 2-1-2 sub seems extremely intentional. They do not seem interested in trying to bully one lane extremely hard. They're trying to distribute the love. The problem is that I think that mid lane needs to get some love from Sirius, because Broodmother is not going to be able to stay ahead of a puck. A puck is going, especially with max out Illusory Orb and Waning Rift, these Spiralings are not going to survive. And so anytime Broodmother starts pushing his tower, it's great to only have one hero on Brood duty. And Rubik is great at it just with Fade Bolt. And a puck that's this high level, probably early Blink Dagger, BOTs, I wouldn't be surprised as we saw in the NIP series.
On him down, Miracle tries to turn around and go for the stun, but the Inkswell still managed to hit him. Sylar's going to cut through the trees. Miracle spotted by a great stroke coming out, and looks like Miracle will die here inside of those trees. Good rotation from Firefly.
Unfortunately, unlike whenever you do have a Wraith King and you can turn that into a push, I don't think Lena's going to be able to do much more in this top lane.
Yeah. All he can do is shut down the Wraith King once, secure the lane a little bit more for Sylar, and head back into it. But yeah, I almost think Lim kind of like maybe overplayed his lane a little bit. The way he was winning so early on, he just read that he just was constantly attacking ASD, just right-clicking him over and over and over again.
Yeah, which is one of the best approaches, because once the Brute gets more points and webs, you're not going to out-regen her, and plus the Soul Ring early on as well. And so, you know, it's like back when like double waving used to be very, very important in the mid lane. You just want to get in as much early harass as possible.
Grimshaw cutting over. They're going to be able to slow down Z-Freak. Get the spiders on top. All the spiders die, though, with the Fate Bolt, as well as that orb coming out from Lim. Managed to get a 3-minute coil now. ASD doesn't want to break it. He's afraid of that damage. We'll just play in this cliff area. They're going to try to hit the LSA under the Warlock. The Fatal Bonzo on ASD. That's enough to finish him off, and Firefly's going to be run down as well. And Sirius, the Grimstroke at least, will be able to get out a little amount of HP, but that's twice now, back-to-back games that we've seen somebody overextend, trying to kill a support near a puck, and the puck punishes you so hard with the Dream Coil when you try and retreat.
Yeah, and those Fatal Bonds follow-up. He didn't even need anyone to snap it, he just needed to buy enough time for Warlock's TP to come in, and this is all pre-level 6. Warlock did not have the Golem, Rubik did not have Spell Steal. All you needed was the Dream Coil to set up all these turnarounds. And I don't think a Broodmother needs to play that aggressively, like with other heroes. She's allowed to dive by herself. Whenever you bring your other heroes into harm, this is what happens.
Push out here, bottom lane. Tavo is now level 6. Did go for the maxed out Scorched Earth build, which is one of those kind of killer builds where the damage over time in an AoE, 50 damage. Level 7, I think what was the first time we saw this? It was a couple tournaments ago. I think it was somebody like Old 11 was playing, and I was just like, this new build is insane.
That's when Scorched Earth used to give the regen too, though, I thought.
No, this was this Scorched Earth build, because everybody had been going for higher levels to Devour before that, because everyone was like, oh, it's your regen and your farming tool, and then I think it was Old 11 showed up and it was just like, hey, I'm gonna max out Scorched Earth and I'm just gonna run at you guys. And everybody's like, wow, 50 damage a second is actually pretty insane.
And he's been keeping this Frost right click as well, so he's all in on being able to chase people down, as we might see on Angela.
Drop the sentry, immediately kill it. The Sand King does well to respond to that. That's always the battle of the sentries there. Good catch there on Sylar, who was farming up the jungle. Thought that he needed to abandon his lane playing to jungle, but instead that's exactly where he gets caught.
Complexity one step ahead. There is so much Radiant Vision in that northern jungle. There are 4 Observer Wards of Radiant dedicated to that top half of the map. So they know where Sven's going to be most of the time. And they know that this Lina and Sand King have been busy, so anything in the eastern jungle is probably not stacked up for the Sven yet.
Broodmother is going to go Hannah minus first. So really committing to the farm.
Okay.
But ASD is yet to be able to really touch that mid-tier 1 tower. This is what Broodmother's usually on Dire side want to be able to do is they want to push into that tower, take over this medium camp on the right-hand side here, and just continue to cut waves, hit the tower. And he's doing that right now while Limp is gone. Limp is finally going to show up, burst down all the spiders that was there, but just that small window did over 1,100 damage to the tier 1.
Right. You need to have someone on Brute duty, and Wraith King was just standing there like, Limp, can you come back, please? I can't deal with these spiders.
Remember Wraith King? Old single target Wraith King? Can't do much against Broodmother. Somebody, please.
And it looks like he may be working his way to a Midas of his own. As now Bounty Rune's 2 for 2. Or, no, well, yeah, it's going to be 2 for 2.
Just scaring him away. ASD popping his ultimate just to farm up this ancient stack that he's got going on. All around, just despite, like, both sides have a very... I think that both sides have a relatively fast lineup and very heavy mid-game, but we're not actually seeing a whole lot of attempts at kills right now. Everyone's just kind of split up okay with the farm that they're getting. It's mostly just Limp who's been the one moving around the most.
Which is why I wasn't thrilled with this Broodmother going for the Midas build, because she's the one who can create the easiest pressure. This is what a lot of people don't like whenever you pair like Sven and TA, is because both heroes want to farm the jungle constantly. And the thing with Broodmother is she doesn't have to farm the jungle. She can farm the enemy jungle, like you said, take over that medium camp. She can create pressure on the map elsewhere. But right now she's just kind of hijacking the eastern camp. Sven doesn't really know where to go, and now Limp's looping around.
Spotted, gets the bail onto him, doesn't do any damage to the spiders. Running over top of him, they do manage to get the burrow strike, and they do latch him in with the golem. 3-4-3 skips down in the back lines as Firefly comes in. Tavo was attached to that golem for so long, but now he's going to turn around and actually Doom up and try and kill the Lena before they're down. Puck managed to run down the Grimstroke. Doom still ticking down on Firefly. Tavo falls, but it looks like Firefly needs to deny, trying to run to Injali, but Injali couldn't get there in time. In the end, Complexity do manage to kill that tower. It's Miracle gets it. Meanwhile, top lane, the Dream Coil finally being used to kill Sylar here, who thought he had free reign to just go and push this tier 1 while the fight was happening mid, but fast rotations from Limp.
And if you don't see the Dream Coil pop, you don't feel safe going for that movement. I initially thought that that was going to be very, very serious favored. Even though their tower went down, it was just to support Lena, but Sylar going down. Sylar has had some questionable positioning this entire tournament. I have not been thrilled. I remember he had a Death Prophet game earlier where he was just, yeah, that one.
He did have to play side lane Death Prophet, which is
true. True. But, you know, they drafted it. I don't know them to play.
Yeah, sure, that's true. And most carries do have an opportunity to, like, have a voice in what hero you get to pick, you know?
Yeah, I do think that Sven's going to be instrumental in winning, though, because, like I said, the Broodmother has answers between the Puck and the Rubik. She's not going to be able to pressure towers, just uncontested. And as the game progresses, Dream Coil is amazing against Broodmother.
All right, I'm going to throw a wild idea there.
Okay.
This is an idea that I've seen. I've actually seen it in this matchup. Okay. What would you think if Broodmother...
Wait, did you see it in North America?
What would you think if...
Let's hear it.
All right, Pipe first Broodmother.
Oh, no, I'm a big fan of that, actually. Yeah.
When you have, like, specifically, like, against a hero like Puck or Lena that has the 1-2 punch of insta-killing the spiders... I think 33 used to build it quite a bit, and it kind of got dethroned whenever Dominator became the go-to build. But now that you can't get siege creeps anymore, I'd be perfectly okay with Pipe making a resurgence, because even beyond the barrier, the regen is amazing. If you just tank one spell, if you're in your web and your spiders are around you for the Pipe aura, you get so much HP back on them. But this build from ASD is quite the opposite of that. It's very offensive. Midas, Yasha into Diffuser Blade, all in on the right clicks.
Which eventually, I imagine, he'll start right-clicking some heroes. It doesn't seem like it's on the agenda yet.
Yeah, right now he's using all that damage at attack speed to kill neutrals.
Poor Sven, man.
Yeah, Sven's left with much of a home.
Look at him. He's like, let me help out a little bit.
So, one hit, one creep for my Echo Saber. Let me have this at least.
And they finally sentry warded and removed all the observers from the northern jungle. Because now there might be a slight movement in the top lane.
Meanwhile, Wraith King, he's had a better game. He's 1,000 net worth up over the Sven because in part of his hand of Midas, also just more space to let his Mortal Strike go to work. Right now as Skeletons, they pushed in mid lane and took it for him. Now he's trying to do something similar top, but this is what Sand King is best at. Being able to play very defensively. They have to really commit commit to be able to kill. Unfortunately, they got the coil, so he's not able to burst strike so easily. The Golem's going to follow that up to make sure Injuly does die inside that coil, and any heroes that TP'd in are going to get caught as well, and that's going to be a Grimstroke. Run down by the Wraith King. They're going to be able to steal the Inkswell, just the added little cherry on top for the next fight.
Complexity did not care who showed up. They were going to use everything. If it was the Sand King, or if the Grimstroke showed up, or if all 5 Sirius heroes showed up. They wanted to use the Golem, they wanted to take a tower, and they do just that, get 2 kills on top of it.
Limp was already moving around the map so fast, making plays happen. In the first 10 minutes, now at 15, he's got a Blink Dagger after that Veil of Discord. And I bet he's looking for that Boots of Travel sometime soon.
This is one of the most irritating things as a Broodmother player now, because like you should have done better mid, you should have maybe taken the tier 1 tower mid, and you should have taken control of the enemy jungle, but now the enemy mid laner
has... nice deny bottom lane. Limp takes that gold away from the Lina.
Narrow.
They may not even be able to get mid towers. It's clipped up, and there's going to be Fate Bolts. There goes all that damage. This could be a second denied tower.
Well, apparently ASD doesn't care. He's just gonna chill in the jungle all day.
The fact that he hasn't taken that mid tower, but Limp has moved out of lane.
I know.
He was up there top, took that, was there at bottom as well.
Now he's back for some more Spider Farm. Has the Veil as well. Now they can go for this with the Dream Coil, but seems that the rest of Sirius are missing off the map right now, and they don't want to make anything too aggressive.
Yeah, and it does look like Sirius wants to make an aggressive maneuvers. They smoke up. They had some aggressive vision. There's that high ground ward next to the tier 2 at top, so they had probably vision of some heroes moving around, but not necessarily the smoke itself. They are going to claim that tower. No hero last hit, so, but at least it's better than to deny.
Thing is that all the Sirius heroes are here now, and unless they want to turn this into a tier 2 push bot, they're kind of wasting their time. But it looks like they may be able to get some aggressive vision in the Radiant jungle, but they're not going to find any heroes. The rest of Complexity have just moved to the Western jungle.
Here's a big power spike now. The level 10 talent for Doom, with already the maxed out Scorched Earth build, now at 70 damage per second.
Dude, my man is still on the Frost Strike click.
He really is. He's all about it, apparently.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I thought if you're going to like stick around with something, you go for like the Kobold Aura. He's cruising around.
Yeah, I would take
almost anything.
Yeah.
The Harpy Mana Steel.
Whoa, not go crazy here, Tsunami. Alright, Sirius are not going to try and defend their tier 2. Instead, they're just going to work the opposite side of the map. Siler's already popped his God Strength.
Dude, what is ASD's grand plan? He's not even helping his team push bot. He's just chilling.
He's not even like trying to cut waves mid.
I know.
He's just letting them push in top and mid lane. Maybe because he's scared.
He's scared of his Rubik spiders.
He's just like, dude, these spiders freak me out, man. They look like mine, but they're not really mine.
This is kind of usually what I see Complexity be guilty of, is that they kind of just give away towers for free. But Sirius, they're motioning in the direction, but Sven's not anywhere. Okay, Sven just TP'd.
Oh, that's 70 damage per second. Okay, they're gonna commit. They actually want to view with the Spider Links as long as they can actually kill the Doom. Tavo slowly dying, and he will end up falling. The Golem is not enough to save him. Limp in the backline is almost dead. They managed to get a Dragon Slave on him. A 3-man LSA, a great setup for Firefly, and it looks like in July, well, he'll tick out eventually here as the Shadow Word will be enough, but still a massive fight for Sirius as they're going to be able to kill the Wraith King on his second life as well. And that's going to be 4 dead. And honestly, it could have been 5. The puck was so low in the back lines.
Redemption for Firefly. What an amazing LSA. Otherwise, that fight could have gone a little bit worse. Those Fatal Bonds, like any little bit of damage that you can manage to get out, is instrumental. So managing to shut down 3 heroes with 1 spell, and just secured that. And despite the Golem being used, I think Sirius just initiated it a little bit too fast. 3-4-3 was pretty quick on the draw, but Doom died too quickly. And couldn't Frost Strike click anyone. What was that all about?
He did, what was it? That was the first reveal of the Blink Dagger, right?
It was,
from the
yes.
Sand King.
Yeah.
So maybe they caught Complexity a little unaware.
And Tavo may be able to return the favor as he's very, very close to a Blink Dagger of his own.
Yeah. I like the fact that they identified Tavo as probably being the most important hero. If they could catch the puck, that'd be great. But before the Wraith King has Radiance, right, that most of the damage in those team fights is either going to come from the Scorched Earth, the Doom, or it's going to come from the puck. Right. So just hard committing for that hero was nice. Next fight, though, we're probably going to have a Radiance for the Wraith King, as he's only 800 gold away from it right now, so.
And for what it's worth, I don't really think like Sven or Broodmother are that depressed about getting doomed. And usually Doom's great in these blink initiation situations when you can catch out like either a critical support that can initiate, like a Tide Hunter or something, or a carry that needs to activate spells to be useful. So if you can find Sven before like God Strength, it's great, but chances are pretty slim.
Yeah, like we were talking about, I really did not like the Doom pickup choice. And you were saying it might have been because they thought it was a 2-position, Lena.
Right, and they wanted to take away the double Doom potential. But on complexity side, yeah, I definitely see that it was very strong in the lane, and obviously the damage is something to be feared, especially with his max Scorched Earth build. But in terms of his ultimate, which is usually his signature ability to be brought into a game, it's not that impactful.
SNY build for Sylar, so he's just going to go for the that reduction. And after that one team fight, Sirius has just been kind of
crunching through zaps.
Yeah, running at complexity side of the map, banging creeps, hitting towers.
ASD's farming neutrals.
And complexity are going, well, Radiance, it's still not here, so we still can't fight.
And I guess they don't really feel like taking advantage of the Blink Dagger. I don't think they've shown it yet. I don't think Tabo's walked into any vision, but they just gave away 2 tier 2 towers for free.
Yeah.
Like, a Radiance is important, sure, but...
Are they even going to get this bottom tier 1?
Sirius
could defend, for sure. They may not want to. They may want to stick on this side of the map. I mean...
Maybe take Roche.
It could be a Roche time. Sneaky little play. They've got it. They have no minus armor, but they have a lot of physical damage.
Yeah, and spiders to tank it. So even though it may take a while, you will be able to take a fight if complexity get wind of this.
They're going to be spotted by the orb.
Does orb it out.
Roshan, they just keep on going for it. The most of complexity were showing themselves in mid. They're now going to smoke up, running to the Roshan pit. But it looks like they may just be a little bit too slow. The Burst Strike actually stopping the front from being able to jump inside the pit. Good play from in July. And now they can run at the other side. They're going to be able to maybe catch the puck. They tried to get him with the Inkswell. He's able to jump away to his orb. Spotted for a moment, though. He's stuck inside the trees while ASD runs down the rest of the team. They do manage to get the Burst Strike. Unless they follow up, Laguna Blade. But a phase shift blinks up right now. Will be able to blink to the right. Orb over, they know where he's going. The stroke of fate's not gonna land. And he will have the space to, TP out.
I mean, that's great that he survives, but I don't know why Complexity decided to smoke from their tier 3 mid. I don't know if their TPs were down, that they couldn't just get to the shrine. But you had enough time to make a play. Most of their TPs were down, and that was their fastest way to the pit. But they give away an Aegis, and they don't get any exit kills. In fact, they give up their Warlock.
Oh, use the glyph to be able to TP in the puck to get this pickup. They just wanted to make sure they had the extra damage, the extra hold to kill the Sven for sure. That is one of their nicer combos. They had the guaranteed catch with what is supposed to be kind of a team fight winner in the Doom. But outside the pit, they are going to be able to find Z-Freak.
I mean, it's a team fight winner, but you just got a pick off, and now the rest of the team is coming. You have Golem available, but Dreamcoil and Doom are both down.
Let's see if Sirius are going to poke at the high ground at all with those spiders, or if they're going to back up once.
I mean, Ruben's dead for 30, and you've got an Aegis.
Yeah, this puck is trying to run over the Wraith King. Same thing. He does have a TP on the Wraith King, but they're going to try and come in from behind here. They may not have the Dream Call to hold these heroes in place. They are going to try and commit with the Burst Strike into 3-4-3 to make sure they don't get off the Golem, and they won't be able to. He dies. Tabo with the 2-man stun, but he's so slowed down that the Brood Mother is going to catch up to him, get him with the Spawn Spiderlings to finish him off, and he still has that Aegis too, and he's going to heal up to full. Well, Miracle, he's still hitting neutrals.
Yeah, he'll do that.
He's had a TP for the last 40 seconds.
Why does he have a Radiance?
He does have his Radiance, but he really does not want to fight into this Brood Mother. It's a Diffusal Manta Brood Mother that can burn through all of his mana. He really needs his level 20 talent before they commit too much. They do manage to get an opposing Soul Bind. Unfortunately, there's no Doom, but they do manage to get the double Fate Pull. That'll finish off the Grimstroke. Second life of the Brood Mother. Brood Mother doesn't have a Manta, doesn't have a BKB, so can't so easily get away if they actually get any stuns out, but only the Golem's done the Epicenter initiation on the Z-Freak. Once again, this Rubik just dies. He's in July. Keeps on targeting him time and time again. A 2-man LSA. Now Miracle. He doesn't get burned out of his mana, so he will be the reincarnation here. The puck might be able to get away. Short little hop over into his tier 3 tower. He'll be okay. Telekinesis actually buying some space on top of the Laguna Blade. It wasn't enough. And Miracle, with no reincarnation, has to play very careful. That was so close to Sirius getting so many kills there.
Yeah, Sylar had actually taken a longer route back to the fight, otherwise that may have gone even worse for Complexity, but he was kind of looping around. As soon as he entered the fight, I think Complexity realized that they needed to exit, and poor Rubik, man, he is tanking all of these epicenters in the face, not being able to do anything, and this is a great Rubik game. You have so many stuns to steal, namely the one that would be the one that Firefly's showing off on. So many multi-hero LSAs. Again, instrumental in winning these fights.
Look how important the experience is to Miracle right now because of this Manta Diffusal Blade from the Broodmother. He picked up both tomes at 20, and he's gonna pop both of them. He's like, my supports don't get this. I'm gonna be using Hanamitis, I'm gonna be using my tomes, anything to get to the level 20 talent where I have the no reincarnation mana cost.
Dude, that was the theory whenever the double tome thing came out. They were like, oh man, maybe Invoker becomes good again because he'll just eat both the tomes, but no, not yet. Instead, it's gonna be Wraith King. And Broodmother now, with her Aghanim Scepter completed, has full control of the map. And we are seeing Complexity already struggle with trying to move from objective to objective.
You know, I thought he had BKB queued up, and I thought ASD was going to go for it, and if you did commit to the BKB, I think you get mid lane of Barracks guaranteed. It'd be very heavy committal into this timing window, but I think they're strong enough to just go for it.
I think it's more Sven's responsibility. If you want someone to just face tank, then Sven, even though he is a while away from his BKB, if you already went for the status resistance of the Sanjin Yasha, then you might as well just let him be the face tank and go for the Aghanim Scepter instead. Because you see Complexity are very, very dependent on 5-man. You want to get this Fatal Bonds, Dream Coil, Golem combination. If Broodmother's off poking around, then who are you going to send? Like at best, you have to lose the Rubik, who can only just Fade Bolt away the spiders.
Sylar pushing out this top lane, and all of Complexity playing around the trees decides that this is not the pick-off they want to go for. Yeah, maybe they're right, because Grimstroke and Angel Eye Sand King were sitting behind him.
They just want to protect this Sven, make him work his way up to that BKB.
So instead, Z-Freak will just cut waves, Bait Bolt, Stormhammer, but the smoke up from Sirius, they're going to move on through. Catching up to the Broodmother at mid.
Still haven't taken any of the shrines yet. But they just want to maybe ambush something as these Brood Spiders are scouting out, doing a little figure eight.
Yeah, and they can start doing some damage to the rain tracks if they want. There's the slow burn of the Radiance, but Tavo quickly killing the ward that was placed out. They don't want to give Sirius the opportunity to find an initiation.
They just want to hem Complexity on their side of the map. Don't want to give them an opportunity to farm their jungle as now Limp tries to make an escape.
Gets out of the pit and will go for the fast kill onto the Grimstroke. Almost enough to be able to burst him down. They just need Miracle to join him. But oh no, the dude got close to Limp, and now Limp is stuck in the soul bind, so all that mobility goes away. They will be able to kill Tavo as well. Looks like they got 3-4-3 in the back line, and Sirius taking down 3, only a buyback on the puck available means they can go for the high ground push potentially. Sylar chases away the Wraith King. They don't even really need to do anything with this Wraith King.
Keep him busy.
Just keep him busy. Just don't let him TP.
Look at him run.
You can go for the kill eventually.
Don't worry, your mid-rax is being taken.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at this point... Oh, wait, did they not save a stun? Okay. No, they didn't save a stun.
Well, that happens.
Well, they delayed long enough to be able to get the melee barracks at least, and maybe there's still the tier 3 bottom.
Maybe with time on God Strength, they're cutting through this tower. The only justification I can have for Tavo jumping in like that is because he tried to beat the Soulbind and maybe doom the Grimstroke, which initially they were like, okay, we can kill this Grimstroke in the initial burst. And then he's kind of surviving. He's like, oh, he might Soulbind, I'll jump in. Unfortunately, that was the worst case scenario, as he gets soulbound.
Oh, Upheaval with the telekinesis toss back. They are now getting the full slow. That's why the Broodmother's just going to turn and fight Miracle. Miracle is a burn down man. He doesn't get off the magic stick charges, so he doesn't have the reincarnation. Now he's going to be forced to buy back. ASD is slowed down to a total crawl, but finally the Upheaval, it runs out and everybody will get away.
Insatiable hunger. She doesn't even need the BKB if there are not very many disables for her. She'll just sit in the Dream Coil. Unless if Rubik manages to steal one of the Burrow Strike, the LSA, the Stormhammer, or even the Inkswell, then Broodmother is really not afraid of anything. She's going to be working her way to a heart, actually.
Yeah, just fully statting up. And this Aghanim Scepter, not just stats, but then also just being able to control so much of the map with all these webs everywhere. What level is our Wraith King? Still only level 18. 30-minute tomes are coming up.
Oh wait, I never get to do this. JJ, hit me up with the Broodmother heat map. I want to see this Aghanim Scepter potential. I want to see how warm the map is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And this Fable just pinballs around. Yeah, the complexity is just like paralyzed right now. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's actually not as...
Played a lot in
not
that
as powerful
triangle
as I thought.
and
Yeah,
just back and forth into
pretty
mid.
much.
And then what I liked about it is we were kind of clowning on ASD a little bit of like, yo, you're not defending mid, you're not like cutting the creep wave, but you did understand like we're gonna reach a very good timing. And Complexity's not going to be strong enough to fight us. They can only really beat us to 20 minutes. We do outscale them just slightly.
Especially if this Wraith King is so far behind. He's 4K net worth behind Sven.
And how is he that far behind when he went for the minus Radiance build in the first place? He went for the full farm build, which is kind of what we expected from
One
Miracle.
could contend that hero kills may be worth more than neutral kills.
That's probably true. After all, our Sven has been a part of how many? Not many, actually. 0, 3, and 5, but that cleave just letting him take all the towers and farm up much of the enemy jungle, and he's gonna blink right into the Broodmother who got behind him. His mana is being burned away, but his HP is being burned away faster. If he actually dies like this, it'd be fantastic. A nice stop goes out. The goal is to follow it up. They do manage to get the Wraith King in his second life here, but he's just gonna die so quickly. His Siler just rips him apart. 3-shotting the Warlock towards the end. Triple kill, Complexity call it here. Sirius just totally outplaying Complexity at this point. I mean, they just turned it on at one point. They just kind of dodged a lot of Complexity's moves.
It didn't even feel like that much like a Broodmother game. It felt more like just a mid laner who was